From Emma teasing Daniel to tears, to Tom and Rupert's ongoing mischief battle. Let's take a look at the craziest on-set pranks from the Harry Potter franchise.
Never gonna let me forget this, are you?
Never.
Emma Watson is a super nice person and a really great friend to her Harry Potter chums. But did you know that she almost made Daniel cry? That's right. You see, Daniel was a big fan of a rock band known as the Libertines back in the day. However, the group members were known for their crazy partying and in-house feuding, so everyone expected them to split up eventually. But Daniel didn't want it to happen and worried about it constantly, and he made the mistake of sharing his concerns with Emma. So when April Fool's Day arrived on the Harry Potter set, Emma decided to tell her co-star that his favorite band was no more. Needless to say, he was upset and started welling up. Tears almost started flowing from his eyes. His cheeks got all puffy. But Emma is a good friend at the end of the day, so instead of letting him cry in front of everyone, she decided to come clean and confront him.
Harry, what happened?
He was their friend. And he betrayed them.
Picture this. You're a teenage boy who has a crush on a girl, but you're too shy to talk to her because who really knows how to talk to girls at that age? However, all of your mutual friends decide to have a slumber party and you get placed next to her. It's your chance to shine. Act cool and nothing bad will happen. Now, imagine that everything is going to plan, then you let one rip in front of her and the rest of your peer group. That would suck, right? But it'd be even worse if you weren't actually guilty of farting in the first place. Sadly, this happened to young Daniel Radcliffe while filming the Great Hall sleepover scene in The Prisoner of Azkaban. The young actor had the feels for one of his co-stars, so one of his older colleagues decided it would be funny to set off a fart machine and pin the blame on Daniel's stinky butt.
In our dreams, we enter completely our own world.
And the torment didn't stop there.
And we like to swim in the deepest waters.
Now, you're probably wondering, who would do such a thing? What kind of a person would mess with young love in such a merciless way? Alan Rickman, of course. I mean, the dude did play Professor Snape, so it was only right that he tortured Daniel to some degree. But how exactly did he bring this elaborate prank to life?
He put a fart machine, a remote control fart machine, in the rucksack next to my sleeping bag in a scene with 365 other kids.
It's unknown if Daniel ever got the date with his best gal, but at least he didn't seem too upset by the prank. Come to think of it, he actually enjoyed being the butt of the joke.
But no, it was actually very funny. It was in between me and Devon Murray, who plays Seamus, and it was funny because we both instantly turned around and blamed each other.
Let's not start feeling sorry for Daniel and his humiliation, though. He was no angel on the Harry Potter set by any means. In fact, one of his pranks actually went too far and he had to apologize to Robbie Coltrane. But what did he do that was so bad that he had to plead for forgiveness? Well, Daniel got access to Robbie's phone and changed the settings on it from English to Turkish. And since Robbie didn't know any Turkish, he didn't know how to change it back. Furious, he stormed around the set looking for someone who could help him restore the original settings. In the end, one of the ladies in the makeup department was able to fix his dilemma, but Daniel felt super bad about the whole ordeal. In fact, Robbie later explained that the kid was so down about upsetting him that he actually wrote a letter of apology. I think Daniel was so upset what had happened that he wrote me that note. Dear Mr. Coltrane, I'm sorry I changed your mobile telephone into Turkish. Wise decision. No one should get on Hagrid's bad side.
Dry up, Dursley, you great prune.
James and Oliver Phelps also got into trouble for their mischievous on-set behavior. But what else do you expect from actors who were born to play the Weasley twins? James and Oliver's biggest prank would have made their characters proud too. While they were shooting The Order of the Phoenix, the devious duo found some walkie-talkies and decided to contact the workers at a nearby construction site. Upon making contact with the laborers, the twins pretended to be their boss and told them to take the rest of the day off. And who were the workers to question that order? If someone tells you to take a day off, you oblige and get out of there faster than Nimbus 2000, am I right? However, the site's actual boss eventually overheard the walkie-talkie conversation and quickly put an end to the disruptive behavior, and he wasn't a happy camper.
Just trying to diffuse the tension.
That being said, the twins had a reasonable excuse for their actions. Basically, they were doing some method acting and behaving in character in an effort to understand Fred and George. Sure, guys, we believe you.
I've always felt our futures lay outside the world of academic achievement.
The Weasley twins enjoyed poking fun at Ron in the Harry Potter movies, but not as much as James and Oliver Phelps enjoyed ribbing Rupert Grint on the set of The Goblet of Fire. As you all know, that's the movie in which Rupert had to dress up and dance for the Yule Ball.
I look like my great Aunt Tessie. Smell like my great Aunt Tessie.
Understandably, Rupert was feeling pretty self-conscious and awkward about having to learn a complex dance routine. It also didn't help that dancing didn't come naturally to him.
I had to try to teach Rupert to dance the other day. That was pretty strenuous.
This leg moves first, right?
The kid was stressed out about the sequence he was tasked with, so you can imagine how much he panicked when James and Oliver convinced him that he'd been learning the wrong routine the entire time.
Do you know your steps? No, you know, the routine. Like, we've all been doing a routine for like the past 6 weeks or something like that.
Just try to build the pressure.
After all of that stress, Rupert was probably delighted to put the Harry Potter franchise in the rearview mirror and move on to working with more mature actors. However, the mischievous antics of Rupert's Wizarding World co-stars followed him around long after he parted ways with the franchise. Back in 2014, he was doing a Broadway play that had nothing to do with the Harry Potter saga, but that didn't stop hundreds of Ron superfans from showing up to support their favorite redhead. However, it turns out that the biggest superfan was someone he knew all too well.
You must be a Weasley.
That's right. According to witnesses, Tom Felton showed up at the play rocking an elaborate disguise that consisted of a wig, ski hat, pom-poms, giant glasses, fuzzy plaid coat, and a camera around his neck. Claiming to be a fan named Bob, Felton waited behind a barricade with other anonymous selfie seekers and then hounded Grint for a pic together. Of course, it didn't take long for Rupert's other fans to spot the ruse and force him to come clean. What a cheeky chap. That type of behavior deserves a spot of detention.
You see, honourable as your intentions were, you too were out of bed after hours.
Then again, Rupert's also been known to mess with Tom from time to time. During the premiere of Rise of the Planet of the Apes, he showed up to the red carpet rocking an I Heart Tom Felton t-shirt. Ain't that sweet? I struggle to even call that a prank. It seems Rupert went the extra mile to support his old on-screen rival. Oh, how times have changed.
Eat slugs!
Still, Tom really is a rascal, and he's been known to hold grudges for a very long time. After being subjected to some on-set pranks from the Phelps twins back in the day, he decided to get his revenge during the Return to Hogwarts reunion. Do you remember the social media outcry over the siblings' names being mixed up?
He's not Fred, I am. Honestly, woman, you call yourself our mother.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
Everyone was quick to blame the video editors for the mishap. However, Tom Felton took to social media afterwards and claimed that he was responsible for the old switcheroo. Or maybe he was just taking the bullet for the filmmakers who made the mistake because he's a good guy after all. But let's choose to believe that he really is a brat like Draco and keep the magic alive.
All right, this, go ahead.
The Harry Potter movies are full of drama, darkness, and death. But they seemed like a barrel of laughs behind the scenes. It's been over 20 years since the Sorcerer's Stone graced our screens, and the cast is still making us laugh after all these years. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of the other Harry Potter content on our channel. Thanks for watching.